Hi, Mystery Recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain a Norwegian supernatural thriller film called The Innocents. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The movie opens up with a family traveling to their new home in the suburbs. Inside the car, a little girl, Ida, seems annoyed by her autistic sister Anna, who is always humming. Out of anger, she pinches her hard, but Anna feels no pain. In the next scene, the family arrives at their new home and the children begin exploring the empty rooms. Soon, Ida goes to a nearby lake where she notices an earthworm crawling. She steps on the earthworm multiple times until it dies. Just then, Ida notices a boy looking at her from the other side of the lake. The next day, she visits the playground and finds a number of grown-ups playing football. She goes near them and keeps on looking at their game, but none of them give her any attention. Later, Ben, the boy whom she saw across the lake, arrives there and befriends her. After that, he takes Ida into the woods and shows her his superpower. He asks Ida to drop a bottle cap and changes its direction as it falls. Ida tries to do the same but fails. Shortly after, she returns home and tells her parents about Ben's powers, but none of them seem to believe her. Seeing her parents giving more attention to Anna, Ida feels jealous. Hence, she puts a broken piece of glass inside her shoes. After some time, the mom, Henriette, takes Anna for a walk, and the little girl puts on the same shoes. Surprisingly, she doesn't even flinch, indicating that she doesn't feel any pain. The scene then shifts to Aisha, another girl living in a nearby building. She is playing with her doll while her cat sits aside. Later, when she puts on her shoes to go outside, she gets injured as if there is something sharp in her shoes. But when she looks at her wound, the blood vanishes. Meanwhile, Anna's parents are talking with a therapist about her condition. Right then, she gets up from her seat and starts thumping her feet. After returning home from the therapist, Henriette takes off Anna's shoes and notices blood all over her socks. On the other hand, Aisha is searching for her cat outside the building. When she enters another building and climbs upstairs, she notices a doorknob moving, and it's Anna on the other side. Aisha also goes ahead and holds the doorknob. After a pause, both of them leave the doorknob at the same time. Later at night, after her mother puts her to bed, Aisha hears strange voices from around the apartment. The next day, Ida takes Anna for a walk in the playground. Ben also arrives there and the two head off, leaving Anna alone in the swing. They try to play football, but the senior boys bully Ben and send him away. After a while, he brings out a cat, which is revealed to be Aisha's. He drops it from a height to see if it can successfully land on its feet. And just like that, I hate this kid more than any other kid I've ever known. When the duo rushes downstairs to inspect, they find the cat lying on the floor, injured. Ben immediately finishes it off to put it out of its misery. Yep, I hate this child. Ida, clearly bothered by this, simply walks away. On reaching the park, she finds Anna playing with Aisha. It appears as if the two have formed a connection between them. The next day, Ida leaves her sister to play with Aisha and walks towards the basement to inspect the dead cat. However, she is shocked to find the cat missing. She then returns to her sister and sees her with Ben. They are playing with a frisbee, which keeps spinning for an unusually long time. Ida believes it's Ben's doing, but the latter denies it. He reveals that it's actually being done by her sister, Anna. Following this, Ida asks Ben to show his concentration power off by directing away a falling stone. He does so and asks Aisha to do the same, but she refuses. This makes Ida realize that Aisha's special power is to have telepathic connections with other people. After that, they decide to check if Ben has Aisha's powers of hearing. Ben can easily hear the words when Ida whispers to Aisha, but has difficulty understanding when Ida whispers to Anna. At the same time, Ida gets a call from her mom, asking them to return home for dinner. Once they return, Ida whispers the word shark into her sister's ears, hoping that the others will hear it. Surprisingly, Aisha, who is at her home, draws a shark on her window, while Anna draws one on her magnetic board. Even Ben draws the shark with mud and sand on his table. The next day, Ida and Anna are near the woods, trying to test Ben's ability to hear long distances. Once they reach far, Ida whispers something in Anna's ears, making fun of Ben. Surprisingly, he hears it, and in a fit of rage, he pushes Aisha telepathically. He also throws a stone at Ida. It's on a crash course with her face, but she is able to dodge it in time. When Ben marches towards Aisha to punish her, Anna blocks his way. With this, the two special kids get into a telepathic fight, causing the dirt and branches near them to move. They even end up breaking a large log behind behind them. Because of the impact, a splinter is lodged deep inside Anna's leg. Ida tells everyone not to worry, as she believes her sister doesn't feel pain. However, Aisha contradicts that she can. She just cannot express it. After reaching home, Henriette notices Anna's wound and inquires with Ida about where they had been the whole day. Ida tries lying about it, but Henriette scolds her for being irresponsible and reckless. If only she knew they were playing Dragon Ball Z in the woods. The scene then shifts to Ben's apartment where he's playing with his food. He concentrates on a hot boiling pot and makes it move, spilling some water. Ben laughs when he is able to do so. His mother tries to grab the pot but gets her hand burnt in the process. Seeing Ben laughing, she thinks that he's making fun of her and scolds him. At the same time, Ben drops a pan from the shelf, which hits his mother on the head. Surprisingly, Aisha's mother also starts bleeding from her head, but when Aisha tells her about it, she is not able to see the blood. Elsewhere, Ben just stares at his mother while she lies on the floor bleeding. The evil maniac then drops the boiling water on her legs, causing her to scream. Despite this, Ben feels no remorse. If Ben were a real child, I would slap him. I don't even care. I would slap him. The next day, Henriette takes Anna outside and sits on a table reading a book. When she notices Anna playing with Aisha, she approaches and is shocked to hear her daughter speaking. After some days, Ben finally comes out of his house to play, but turns around when he notices the bullies coming towards him. Later at night, when Ben searches for food inside the fridge, we can see his mother still lying on the floor. He then goes inside his room and starts banging a glowing ball to his bed. Meanwhile, a middle-aged man from another apartment is shown, who seems to be controlled by someone. As he walks out of the door and stops at the footbridge, he is also banging a rock in his hand, like Ben was banging the ball before. The boy who bullied Ben in the playground is about to cross the bridge, and as soon as he walks past the man, he silently follows and attacks him with the rock. Ben banked that ball to beat the bullies on the bridge. The following day, Ida wakes up to her parents talking about an incident on the footbridge. Later, Ida and Aisha are warned by their mothers to not go too far, but they do not listen. Ida walks up to the bridge and notices blood around the corner. She then goes to play with Ben, who reveals that he controls other people and makes them do the thing that he wants. He calls it fetching, which is scary. At first, Ida does not believe him, but when Ben controls her and makes her climb the fridge, she becomes scared. Later, as the two are watching the bullies play football, Ben concentrates his powers on one of them and breaks his leg. This scares Ida, and before she notices, Ben is gone. He reaches the woods, where he attacks the approaching Aisha with a stone. The little girl tries to get up, but she starts gasping for breath and falls to the ground. Ben is still not done. He tries to finish Aisha once and for all, but Ida arrives there and pushes him, breaking his concentration. Angry, Ben tries to attack her, but when he sees Anna approaching from afar, he runs away. Anna is the straight-up Gandalf of this world, and Ben better run. Shortly after, Aisha tries to talk with Anna telepathically, warning her to be careful with Ben. At night, when Aisha tries to sleep, she hears Ben thumping his head on the glass window. Terrified, she calls out for her mother, but the latter is busy crying in the kitchen. Late at night, Ben tries to concentrate his powers until he takes over Aisha's mother. Suddenly, Anna wakes up from her sleep and seems worried. After Ben succeeds in controlling Aisha's mother's mind, she finds herself in a dark room, sensing something moving across her balcony. She grabs a knife for safety and starts walking towards the balcony. She turns around to see a strange-looking child holding a dead rabbit in her hand. In reality, it is Aisha holding her toy bunny, but in her mother's mind, it is absolute nightmare fuel. Afraid, the mother approaches her slowly and stabs her. As soon as Aisha is stabbed, Anna falls on the stairs, feeling her friend's pain. Right then, Ben loses his concentration, and Aisha's mother snaps out of his control. Seeing her daughter dying, she cries and holds her in her arms. Anna's parents also find Anna in the stairwell and bring her back inside. Following Aisha's death, Anna loses her ability to speak, and this worries her parents. Ida, who knows that it is Ben's doing, decides she must do something about it. Later, she asks her mom about what they should do if anyone does something naughty. Henriette suggests that they should either tell an adult or inform the police, but sometimes you have to take care of it yourself. She also inquires if anyone is being mean to her, but Ida replies that everything is fine. The next day, Ida decides to deal with Ben all by herself. She steals some money from her father's wallet and heads out. She then approaches Ben's apartment, holding a toy plane. Ida asks Ben to join her, and the two reach the same footbridge. When Ben goes to throw the plane, standing on the edge of the bridge, Ida prepares to push the little bastard. But then, a woman spots them and asks them to step away from there. No. However, refusing to wait waste the opportunity. Ida pushes Ben down from the bridge, yes, and runs away into the woods. Hearing the woman still calling out for her, she grabs a piece of glass to protect herself. She also tries to grab a stick, but it turns out to be a big snake, signaling that she's under Ben's control now. Terrified, she starts screaming, and the very next second, she finds herself in a dark forest with a strange, one-legged man approaching her. This almost gives the little girl a heart attack, and when she runs, she again reaches the highway. Ida then holds the piece of glass so tightly that the pain snaps her out of the illusion. She is now in the middle of the highway, with the car approaching her at high speed. Ida jumps out of the way, but the car still hits her leg. In the next scene, she finds herself in the hospital, with her mother by her side. Ida quickly asks about Ben, and Henriette reveals that he survived the fall. This upsets the little girl deeply. Later, Ida arrives home, and she anxiously keeps looking through the window. In one instance, she finds Ben, staring at the house. This makes her realize that the evil boy is trying to control her mother and kill everyone. Hence, she hides inside the bathroom. Shortly after, Henriette calls Ida and informs her to take care of her sister while she is out. Ida slowly comes out of the bathroom and looks for Anna, but cannot find her around. It is then shown that Anna has already left the house. She is now concentrating her powers to fight Ben, facing him from across the same lake that Ida did at the beginning. Meanwhile, Ida, who is in a cast, finds it difficult to use the elevator, so she decides to walk downstairs. Unfortunately, her support sticks slip, and she is unable to climb down. This frustrates Ida so deeply that she lets out a wild scream, a scream loud enough to break her leg cast. After becoming free of her shackles, Ida rushes to find her sister. Elsewhere, the two psychic kids come face to face on either side of the lake. Ben goes first and unleashes a powerful strike which knocks Anna down. He then walks away, thinking that he has successfully defeated her. However, Anna stands back up and starts concentrating her powers once again. This time, all the babies around them start crying, while the young kids feel something strange around them. After a while, Ida also joins her sister, and all the children in the area come out to their balconies to stare at Ben. Their combined positive power is finally able to defeat the little bitch. Is finally able to defeat the evil power of Ben, causing him to die on the spot. After this, everyone returns to their home as if nothing happened. In the last scene, Henriette arrives back home and asks Ida about what happened to the cast on her leg. She does not say anything and simply hugs her mother tight. Anna, on the other hand, can be seen scribbling and erasing something on her tablet. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.